Torres Jr. and the return of the problem child, El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul, live on DAZN pay-per-view.
Showdown. Yeah. Ready, AJ?
The face-off, they got very, very tense very quickly.
Yeah, it was spicy. It was good because we got to be focused for this fight. You know, sometimes you have a build-up like the Dillian White fight. Sometimes you can feel a little bit deflated. I didn't see a deflated Anthony Joshua. I probably saw a more pumped Anthony Joshua than I've ever seen. Never heard him speak like that in a face-to-face.
The stare-down crackled with energy. Anthony Joshua stood with commanding confidence, his focus unshakable as he locked eyes with Jake Paul. Jake tried to project bravado, but the strain showed he could feel the weight of the moment. The atmosphere carried a clear message: danger was coming for him. Joshua's posture alone signaled that he intends to reveal every flaw Jake brings into the ring, a fierce warning delivered before a single punch is thrown.
No. You rise to the occasion. Experience comes with age, and I've been hearing a lot about age, you know.
We are now, and I finally get to check that off my list, and I knew this was going to be a big fight. The build-up for this is huge. The press conferences are entertaining. It's a spectacle.
ASI's reaction says everything. Anthony Joshua is operating on a completely different level. He's not stepping in for belts this time, but to assert dominance. Financially, the matchup might be a win, but if Joshua steamrolls Jake Paul, nobody will be surprised. Joshua radiates confidence, while Jake already seems outclassed. KSI suggests this bout is one Joshua can command from the opening second to the final moment.
But also, it's also like the way I see it, I think AJ and his team, he's not fighting for titles again, like world titles again.
Yeah,
he's not on that stage. Yeah.
Well, do you think it's a lose-lose for AJ?
No, because I reckon.
Besides, I mean, look, money-wise, it's a
win.
dub.
Yeah,
but like,
if he flatlines Jake, dub.
Everyone's saying like, okay, we expected this. If
it's still good.
If it goes 12 rounds.
That's
AJ
bad.
is...
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Surely you've got the confidence to know that, like, I'm going to bum him.
Anthony Joshua continues to prove what being a seasoned pro looks like, staying composed no matter what obstacles appear. He talks about this period as one of the best of his life, and he won't let anything interfere with his preparation. That steady mindset is exactly what sets him apart from Jake Paul, who seems tense and out of his depth. Joshua remains focused, disciplined, and in control, day after day, round after round. And that level of commitment is enough to break anyone who dares to take him lightly.
Keep a professional head on. Things happen in life. So no complaining. These are the best days of my life. A little like blip in my day didn't change the whole like trajectory of how my training camp went. Stay focused. And as I said, like I'm just happy that I'm still getting
Frank Martin breaks down the massive difference between someone like Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. Even though Jake has made progress, he hasn't dedicated his entire life to boxing the way Joshua has. Joshua is a true heavyweight, a lifelong fighter with experience, size, and real knockout power. Going up against him is a serious challenge, and it's obvious to anyone watching that Jake is already in over his head before the fight even begins.
I consider Jake now, you know, I wouldn't consider him like a YouTube fighter no more. You know, I feel like he put in the time. He gotten better throughout like all his fights. Like he done got better throughout all those fights, you know. But it's still like when you fighting like fighters who actually like done it for like their life, their whole life, it's a little different. You know, if that fight happened, it'll be a good money fight. It'll be a good money fight. But that's a tough task for, you know what I'm saying, Jake going to get that big ass heavyweight, AJ. You know, I know AJ personally, you know, so that's a tough task, and that motherfucker can punch.
Anthony Joshua acknowledges that Jake Paul showed some bravery by pushing for the fight, but he makes it clear that confidence won't help once skill and focus take over. Jake might try to project mental strength, yet physically he doesn't bring anything that concerns Joshua. Joshua isn't fooled. He sees past the attitude and understands that self-belief won't shield Jake from the kind of damage a seasoned heavyweight can inflict. It's another reminder that once the bell rings, reality hits harder than confidence ever could.
What's the one best thing that you pride Jake Paul of having that maybe you haven't seen in other competition you faced so far?
From a physical aspect, I couldn't even mention it at the minute. But from a mental aspect, he offered me the fight. Normally, I'm offering people fights. He's told me, come and fight. So he believes in himself.
Jake Paul might appear focused and fired up, but Anthony Joshua's physical presence and technical ability are on an entirely different level. Height won't matter when you're up against a former heavyweight champion who understands spacing, timing, and positioning better than almost anyone in the sport. Joshua commands any environment he walks into, whether it's the ring or a room. Jake is going to learn fast that simply being tall means nothing when standing across from a fighter with Joshua's experience, precision, and power.
Looks intense, focused, locked in. He's obviously very, very tall. Looking up, my tallest opponent. My eyes are at his, chest level.
The atmosphere is unreal. As Jake Paul locks eyes with Anthony Joshua, you can see the pressure hitting him hard. Joshua's presence by itself feels like a mental onslaught before the fight even starts. Their brief exchange makes it obvious Jake can't match Joshua's composure, strength, or command. It's a clear signal that Jake Paul is stepping into territory far beyond his comfort zone.
He's going to get battered. He's going to get absolutely
You're preaching to the choir, bruv.
annihilated. Yeah, take it to just as they turn to the side. That's it, just there. And watch Jake. He looks at him, keeps looking, and then Joshua looks back. Yeah. Jeez. Great. I just, it's incredible, really.
Mickey Mace points out just how lopsided the odds really are. Anthony Joshua is the overwhelming favorite thanks to his size, power, and depth of experience, advantages Jake Paul simply can't match. Putting money on Jake is basically betting against common sense. Anyone watching can see Joshua holds all the control, and no bold wager can change the reality that Jake is stepping in against a seasoned heavyweight whose skill level is far beyond anything he's dealt with before.
Jake Paul is plus 600 against Anthony Joshua. If you bet $100 on Jake Paul, you get $600 back.
Anthony's a big favorite.
10-1 odds. Originally, Jake Paul was supposed to fight Gervonta. Anthony Joshua was a lot bigger.
I wish Jake his best. I hope Jake wins.
Do you think he'll win?
I think he'll win.
Are you going to bet that Jake wins?
Yeah, I'm going to bet Jake wins.
How much do you think he'll put down?
Probably put $1,000 on Jake.
So he'll get $6,000 at best. So this is just spending money.
KSI admits the event is huge, but he doesn't hide the fact that Anthony Joshua holds all the power in this matchup. It's fine to give Jake Paul some credit for stepping up, yet it's obvious to anyone paying attention that Joshua is the real danger here. His composure, experience, and sheer physical strength make Jake seem underprepared and outmatched. Joshua's presence alone feels overwhelming, long before the opening bell rings. KSI makes it clear, while Jake deserves respect for entering the ring, he's facing a man who has defeated far more dangerous opponents. And once the punches start landing, Jake Paul will understand exactly what that means.
Jake is fine, AJ. I'm going to give him props. Fair play, Jake. That is a big fight. AJ should knock him out.
AJ by brutal Bonnie Blue scene. AJ by...
What do you reckon the purses are?
I think
Eddie Hearn doesn't sugarcoat the challenge Jake Paul is facing. Anthony Joshua operates on a completely different level, and anyone who thinks otherwise is being unrealistic. Saying Jake could be taken apart isn't an exaggeration. Joshua's combination of technique, power, and timing is overwhelming. Jake might try to project confidence, but in the ring, he's clearly outmatched both physically and mentally. Hearn's candid take mirrors what every expert watching sees. This fight is likely to become a demonstration of what a true, experienced heavyweight can do, while Jake Paul learns firsthand the gap between hype and genuine skill.
I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
2Q McKenzie hits the nail on the head. Anthony Joshua doesn't take anyone lightly, but when it comes to Jake Paul, the difference in ability is obvious. Jake might hope for an easy match, yet Joshua is a seasoned athlete with years of experience, and each punch carries serious power. Calling Jake Paul an amateur isn't harsh, it's the truth. He's never faced anyone on Joshua's level. The gap in skill and mindset will be impossible to ignore. Every jab, hook, and movement from Joshua will serve as a reminder of why he's a former champion and why Jake Paul still has a long way to go.
I don't think Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul lightly any way, shape or form, and it'd be so easy to hit. You're talking about a trained athlete against...
Benvitas Sr. points out the real danger Jake Paul faces, and is absolutely right. Anthony Joshua is a master of timing, distance, and power, and anyone stepping into the ring with him has to respect that. Upset stories make for excitement, but the reality is clear: Joshua controls the fight from start to finish. Jake Paul might hope for luck or a miracle, but going up against a fighter who has defeated champions and handled every challenge thrown at him is on a completely different level. This isn't just another bout, it's a lesson in what true heavyweight skill looks like, and Jake Paul is about to experience it firsthand.
You know, don't count him out. You know, I think that's a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. But at the end of the day, you know, we could have a big upset, you know, but...
John Fury doesn't hold back, and his words underline just how commanding Anthony Joshua is. This matchup is so one-sided that even exaggeration can't change the reality. Stepping into the ring with Joshua is like walking into a storm unprotected. Every aspect of Joshua, his power, technique, and experience, ensures he dictates the fight from start to finish. If the outcome somehow went the other way, it would be shocking. Fans already see the clear disparity. One fighter is in complete control, while the other is trying to bluff his way through. Anthony Joshua exists on a different level, and Jake Paul is severely outmatched.
Work. Because Anthony Joshua could knock Jake Paul out with his dick. So if it goes any other way...
Anthony Joshua makes it clear that Jake Paul is entering a realm he has never truly faced before. Every strike from Joshua will be precise and punishing, designed to test and overwhelm. This isn't just a fight, it's a lesson in elite boxing. Jake Paul may believe he can handle the pressure, but Joshua's mix of power, timing, and technique will place him in an entirely different league. Fans are about to witness a heavyweight masterclass, where confidence meets reality. By the end, there will be no question who commands the ring, and who is clearly outmatched.
Is this the biggest upset in boxing history?
For sure. Neck and neck with Tyson and Buster. Right up there. Biggest stage. This will probably be the second.
Spencer Oliver highlights the fantasy Jake Paul might be holding on to, but the reality is that Anthony Joshua operates on a completely different plane. Thinking that one punch could topple a former heavyweight champion is unrealistic. Joshua's experience, precision, and knockout power ensure that anyone stepping into his range will face serious consequences. This fight isn't about wishful thinking, it's about skill, control, and dominance. Jake Paul may be confident, but Joshua has consistently shown he can break down any opponent, leaving them to regret every step into the ring. It's set to be a reality check that no amount of online hype can change.
I truly believe, watching the press conference yesterday, I truly believe that he believes he's going to win the fight. He's got to just get into range, land a shot, and he'll knock Anthony Joshua out.
David Adelier points out the harsh reality of facing Anthony Joshua. Many may underestimate his technique, but the impact of his punches is undeniable. Jake Paul will quickly discover that this isn't a practice session. Joshua combines raw power with impeccable timing and precision, a combination few can match. Each strike reflects his experience, skill, and knockout ability. Fans in the arena will witness just how ruthless and effective Joshua can be. Jake Paul's confidence may evaporate the instant he feels Joshua's power, as he'll confront a level of force and expertise completely foreign to his brief boxing career.
He hits harder than people expect, I think. I think a lot of people, obviously, they pick up on his boxing and how good of a boxer he is, but he hits harder than people expect.
David Benavidez emphasizes why Anthony Joshua remains untouchable. Being a multiple-time champion and an Olympic gold medalist isn't just about the titles, it's a testament to his skill, power, and experience. Anyone stepping into the ring without serious boxing credentials is walking into a dangerous situation. Examples like Gondu show the consequences of underestimating him. Jake Paul may believe he's prepared, but Joshua has faced and defeated opponents far more skilled and threatening. This matchup will only reinforce that Joshua operates in a class well above anyone coming from outside professional boxing. Jake Paul will soon learn the hard truth about the gap between hype and reality.
Was Anthony Joshua, you know, he's multiple-time champion.
Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you've seen what happened to him. But
Joe Rogan perfectly captures the challenge Jake Paul is about to face. Anthony Joshua is massive, possesses Olympic-level skill, and carries knockout power few can withstand. Jake Paul's previous fights don't compare to this caliber. Watching Joshua in action against someone like Francis Ngannou highlights the precision, strength, and intimidation he brings to the ring. Now, Jake Paul is stepping into the ring with a true heavyweight master, where every strike will reveal just how outmatched he is. In this fight, experience, size, and skill all belong to Joshua, and Jake Paul is about to learn firsthand what real heavyweight danger looks like.
What do you think about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua?
Boy, you're dealing with a guy who's an Olympic gold medalist. He's enormous and he's got vicious knockout power, and you take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're gonna fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists in the heavyweight division. Maybe we should watch the Francis Ngannou fight, just so you can see what Anthony Joshua is capable if he's fighting someone that's not in his league. Watch this. So he drops him with a right hand early, and this is 2 minutes into the first round. Francis gets up, he survives, and then check out this combination he hits him with. I mean, dude, he probably has no idea where he is.
The matchup between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul is shaping up to be a showcase of true skill, power, and experience. Every moment in the ring will test who can command it, and Joshua isn't just stepping in to compete, he's here to dominate. Jake Paul will face techniques and punches he has never encountered before. Joshua's timing, precision, and knockout power make him a nearly unstoppable force. No amount of hype or confidence from Jake Paul can match the expertise of a former heavyweight champion. Fans are in for a boxing masterclass, where every combination, movement, and decision in the ring will underline why Joshua operates on a level of his own. A victory for Joshua will solidify his legacy and reinforce why he's among the greatest modern heavyweights. If Jake Paul somehow pulls off a shock, it would go down as one of the sport's biggest upsets, but even then, he would have to overcome the years of experience, skill, and raw power that Joshua brings to every fight.